Okay, in this example, we will write a quotient in standard form. Okay, standard form is a plus bi. And this expression has a 4i as a denominator. So the denominator is 4i. Then we have to remove this I, change this 4i into some real number so that we can write it in standard form a plus bi. So the most important thing is multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So what's the conjugate of the denominator? Okay, the conjugate of denominator is 4i. 4i, the conjugate of 4i is negative 4i. So multiply both numerator and the denominator by negative 4i. Negative 4i. Okay. Then they distribute negative 4i. So this is equal to 2 times negative 4i. 2 times negative 4i is negative 8i. Let me change the color. Okay, and then multiply negative I and negative 4i. So that is plus, negative is plus, then 4i, I times I is I squared, over the denominator. Denominator, 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. I times I is I squared. Okay, also we know that I squared is equal to negative 1. So the numerator is negative 8i plus 4 times negative 1 over the denominator is negative 16 times I squared, which is negative 1. Then this is equal to negative 8i. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4 over negative 16 times negative 1, positive 16. Okay, and then we can separate each term in the numerator divided by 16. So we can do this way. Negative 8i over 16 minus this 4 over 16. And this is equal to, we can reduce it, 8. Okay, 8 over 8 is 1, 16 over 8 is 2. Okay, 4 over 4 is 1, 16 over 4 is 4. So this is equal to negative 1 over 2i minus 1 over 4. And this one is equal to, write the real number first, so negative 1/4 minus 1/2 I. Okay, look at this one. Look at the denominator. The denominator was 4i, and then now it became 16. So the complex number I, the imaginary unit I is removed from the denominator. Okay, let's try one important information. Okay, here is, let's multiply two binomials like this. A plus bi multiplied by the complex conjugate a minus bi. Then using the FOIL method, okay, this is the product of difference of squares. This will be a product of, this is the product of two binomials, a plus b times a minus b format. So it's going to be a squared, the first term squared, minus the second term squared, then a squared minus b squared, assign the power to each factor in the base. So b squared times I squared, and this is equal to a squared minus b squared, and I squared is equal to -1, and finally becomes a squared, negative times negative is positive, so plus b squared. So when you multiply the conjugates of complex number is just simply a squared. Multiply the first term twice, plus the second term is bi, so multiply b twice. This is just a hint of multiplying two conjugates, complex conjugates. Okay, then let's try another example. Letter B, 5 over 3 minus 2i. Okay, let's write this fraction in standard form, complex standard form. So we gotta multiply both numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So this is denominator. The conjugate is 3 plus 2i. Change the sign of the imaginary parts. Minus 2i is plus 2i. So multiply the numerator by the same conjugate. And then distribute the numerator and the denominator. So 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2i is plus 10i. Divided by, okay, do you remember the previous information? Product of two complex conjugates. So product of two complex conjugate is what? A squared times a squared plus b squared. So this will be a squared, 3 squared plus 2 squared. Then 15 plus 10i over 9 plus 4 equals 15 plus 10i over 13. Then separate the terms in the numerator. 15 over 13 plus 10 over 13i. And each term is simplified already. So this is the standard form. Okay, how about this one? What if we don't know the shortcuts? Then what can we do? Okay, just multiply one by one using the FOR method. So the numerator is 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2i is 10i. Divided by, okay, 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. Minus b squared. Okay, b squared is, b part is 2i. So 2i squared. Then 15 plus 10i over 9 minus, okay, 2i squared is 2 squared. 2 times 2 is 4. And then I squared. Okay, so now I squared is negative I. 9 minus 4 times negative 1. Okay, I squared is negative 1. Okay, then the numerator is still the same. And the denominator is 9. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. So plus 4. Then this is equal to 15 plus 10i over 13. Separate the terms in the numerator. Divided by 13. Right. So we got the same answer. So if we know the shortcut, then that's pretty simple. If we don't, still okay. We can apply this formula, a plus b times a minus b equals a squared minus b squared. So this formula is used to multiply these two products.